on that. It'll also work on just what your expectations were, that you would be appreciated, they would show up for you, and they would celebrate your success.
Right.
So even though most of them weren't there, and they didn't show any emotion, I still completely accept myself. I'm a valuable person. Just the way I am. Whether or not my family sees me or not. Yeah. Even though they didn't show up for me. Then or other times. I love and accept myself. They didn't show up for me. When I graduated. Or other times. And I accept myself. I'm okay. I show up for me. But not always. I accept myself. Whether or not I show up for me. People show up for me sometimes. People don't show up for me sometimes. I love and accept myself. I show up for me sometimes. I don't show up for me sometimes. I accept myself either way. Whether I show up for me. Or whether I don't show up for me. I love myself either way. I'm okay either way. I'm okay either way. You can take a breath. Now, I want you to just imagine you're getting your diploma and you're looking out to see who's there. So just tap and vividly imagine that scene. Who's there and who's not there?
My mom and my dad, that's it.
And who wasn't there who you hoped would be there?
My aunt, my dad's brother, and my dad's sister, and my mom's two brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my grandparents on my mom's side.
Yes.
And my brother.
Yes. You hoped they'd be there, and they weren't there. Go ahead and say their names. So, who wasn't there who you hoped would be there? Actually, don't. It's okay. Just you're feeling the feelings really deeply at this point. Let's just leave it at that. So, I hope they'd be there for me, and they weren't.
I hope they were there for me, but they weren't.
I looked for their faces, and they weren't there.
I looked for their faces, but they weren't there.
They could have been there. And they chose not to be there. For me. I need at least some people there for me.
I literally saw some there for me.
Not necessarily everyone. But a few people there for me. Yeah. And sometimes there aren't people there for me. And I need them to be there for me. And they aren't there. And I need them. I've done really big things in my life. And I want people to see me. And appreciate me. I've done these big things. And I deserve recognition. And appreciation. And I accept myself. When I get appreciation. And when I don't. I'm still me. I'm still the same me. I'm still as valuable. When other people value me. And when they don't. I value me. Sometimes I don't value me. Sometimes they're not valuing me. It's just a reflection of me not valuing me. And I can value me all the time. I'm valuable. I'm really capable. I love and accept myself. Whether I get valued by other people. Or whether I don't. I'm still okay. I'm still the same person. I'm still exactly the same person. Whether or not they value me. Even if nobody showed up at my graduation.
Even if nobody showed up. Yeah.
I showed up.
I did show up.
I showed up and I graduated summa cum laude.
Yeah, I did graduate summa cum laude. Yeah.
So the most important person did show up.
The most important person did show up. It's true.
I showed up for me.
I showed up for me.
I did so well.
I did so well.
And that could be enough.
And that could be enough.
Yeah. Because those people who didn't show up, they're missing out.
Those people didn't show up and they're missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true. And
So whether they're there or whether they aren't,
whether they're not,
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Sometimes people are there.
Sometimes people are there.
Sometimes they're not.
Sometimes they're not.
Sometimes they let you down.
Sometimes they let you down.
Sometimes they're there for you.
Sometimes they're there for you.
Love and acceptance.
Love and acceptance.
Either way.
Either way.
Let's do the 9 gamut routine. So tap your gamut point. Okay, look straight ahead. Close your eyes and open them. Eyes hard down to the left. Eyes hard down to the right. Eyes in a big, slow circle. Go ahead and follow my fingertips. So just watch my hand. Keep tapping the gamut point. People are there for me.
People are there for me.
People are not there for me.
People are not there for me.
People are always there for me.
People are always there for me.
People are never there for me.
People are never there for me.
People are.
People are.
People aren't.
People aren't.
I am.
I am.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Expectations.
Expectations.
My expectations.
My expectations.
Of myself.
Of myself.
Of other people.
Of other people.
Love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
Just the way I am.
Just the way I am.
When they show up.
When they show up.
When they don't.
When they don't.
I'm okay either way.
I'm okay either way.
When they show up.
When they show up.
When they don't.
When they don't.
When I show up.
When I show up.
When I don't.
When I don't.
Don't show up for me.
Don't show up for me.
I don't show up for me.
I don't show up for me.
I do show up for me.
I do show up for me.
I love and accept
I
myself.
love and accept myself.
But not always.
But not always.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I'm still me.
I'm still me.
Whether people love and accept me.
Whether people love or accept me.
Whether they acknowledge me.
Whether they acknowledge me.
Whether they forget me.
Whether they forget me.
Whether they show up in my life.
Whether they show up in my life.
Whether they don't.
Whether they don't.
I still accept myself.
I still accept myself.
Whether I show up in my life.
Whether I show up in my life.
Whether I don't.
Whether I don't.
I still accept
I
myself.
still accept myself.
Good. Take a breath. You look a lot more relaxed.
I am. I am.
Good.
Yeah, that helped a lot. What you just
Good.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see your eyes really stabilized over
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it like throughout my body right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
How about where you were feeling initially, that initial feeling, that tension?
Oh boy, it was there, and then it traveled. It moved to my back,
Right.
and it's moved down, and then it just kind of drifted.
Good.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's wonderful. And so that's gone. When you think about that statement, what makes you so special? You think you're special?
I mean, I think I'm fine. I'm pretty much fine, nothing special, but fine. Certainly not on the other spectrum.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how strongly do you believe that?
That I'm fine?
No, that you're not fine, that what makes you think you're special?
Not as much by any means. I think it's down to like a 2.
Right, okay.
Yeah, certainly down to a
Good.
2.
Good. Well, thank you so much for doing that work. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.